The latest update in the Iran-Israel war, it has escalated. Iran has launched missiles at Israel, and the Israeli army has said that missiles have been launched towards it. A military statement says that air raid siren alerts have been activated in several areas in the north of the country following missile launches from Iran. Israel's defense systems are working to intercept the attack, is the statement that has come in. Citizens have been advised to enter shelters and remain there until further notice. Earlier, Israel had bombed the Iranian state TV in latest wave of attacks that have come in on Tehran. Let's quickly now get in a voice from Israel on ground. Zivika Klein joining us live from Tel Aviv to give us a sense of how things are unfolding. Talk to us about, Mr. Klein, how things are looking right now. Has there been a fresh escalation in the strikes? And if yes, what is it? That's the situation on ground.
Hello from Jerusalem. So yes, in the past few days, basically since Friday, we've been seeing an uptick in the attacks from Iran. And then basically every evening, as now began here, it's about 8 p.m. in the evening. So there are renewed strikes of missiles. They were to the northern part of Israel, as you mentioned. These citizens have already been allowed to go out of their shelters, but there's expectation for many more missiles as the night goes on.
And even as there is input coming in that the Israeli Prime Minister has said, and he doesn't rule out eliminating the supreme leader of Iran in an ABC News interview. So now the question is Israel looking to escalate this further? And if so, what are we really looking at here? Are we looking at a larger conflict that may engulf the entire region?
I think I can't. So basically, Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke, and just a few minutes ago, as you said, was published regarding threatening the leader of Iran, Khamenei. It's a big question whether that was a serious claim or something just to make things more serious. But I will say that in general, the Israeli government, as well as the Israeli Defense Forces, have been acting in Iran for one sole purpose, and that's actually to eliminate the nuclear bombs or nuclear missiles, because this current regime in Iran will not only not acknowledge the state of Israel, but every day threaten to destroy Israel off the face of the earth, as well as fund and support proxies in the region to destroy Israel. So I think at the end of the day, this is kind of the head of the octopus, as Israel sees it, and Israel will do what it takes in order to make sure that they will not be as strong as they are at the moment.
Okay, so viewers tuning in right now, there has been a fresh set of strikes that have taken place. It's been 3 nights of continuous strikes from both sides, Iran and Israel. Today is the 4th night, and as we speak, fresh strikes have taken place. On your screens are those images that have been released by the IDF, the places where those strikes have taken place. Air sirens have also been sounded. Citizens have been advised to stay indoors, take shelter against the Iranian missiles. Remember, just about an hour back, Israel had bombed the Iranian studio live broadcast, indicating that it is willing to escalate. Now, the moment it starts escalating, where does it stop? What are the windows for diplomacy? And most importantly, do world leaders at this stage have the leverage to ask either of the two parties to exercise restraint? That is the important thing. And let's go back to Mr. Klein, who continues to be with us. Sir, now these are very important questions to really understand how do we see this conflict from here on. Diplomatic channels being one, the fact that Iran said that it has rejected any talks whatsoever with regard to its nuclear stockpile limits any possibility for a possible diplomatic solution. How do you see this going from here?
The recent report I've seen actually said that Iran would be willing to have negotiations with Israel as long as the United States would give it more leeway with its nuclear facilities. But I think it's a really big question whether this will become a regional issue. I could say that many many Muslim countries, many Arab countries within the Middle East won't say this out loud, but are happy in a sense that someone else is doing their dirty work, quote unquote, for them, and fighting with Iran, because in general, not only the Arab world, many moderate Arab countries have a problem with Iran, but the Western world should have issues with Iran, because as just like they threaten Israel, they threaten the United States, they threaten any type of Western civilization.
All right, stay with us, Mr. Klein, because I want to play out this soundbite of Donald Trump. He's reached Canada, the G7 summit venue, and he did speak about the Israel-Iran conflict that is likely to dominate the world leaders' discussions as well. I want to play out that first soundbite of Donald Trump. We come back and speak more to Mr. Klein on this.
And what intelligence support are you providing Israel?
We've always supported Israel. We have for a long period of time, strongly. And Israel's doing very well right now.
Okay, that's the support coming in from America on the conflict, which also raises questions, as I said, on where exactly is it going to end. The other thing I want to ask you, sir, is that as this escalates further, world leaders and other countries are likely to then come in here. Nuclear talks have all but failed, but what has happened also is a very important phone call between President Putin and President Trump. And that could offer possible window of finding some solution to resolve this before it actually gets too late, isn't it?
100%. Vladimir Putin has been saying in the past few days that he wants to mediate. Not all countries were supportive of that, but I think Russia definitely is in a definite strong position to be some sort of a mediator if the United States is on board with that type of a move, because they have relationships and they are allies of both countries, even though the Israeli-Russian relationship isn't as strong as it was, I would say, up until a few years ago. There still are very strategic relationships between these countries, and I think their presence in the region is also very significant.
I'm going to leave it there. Zvika Kellin, editor-in-chief of the Jerusalem Post, joining us live on the broadcast.